The other day, I uploaded a Plant Synchro versus Hero match from 2011 that I played with Pack. You should definitely watch it if you haven't. This is the deck profile for said Plant Synchro deck that I played against Pack. Now, this was 2 months ago. I'm 99% sure this is the exact list I played. If I'm wrong, don't at me. So yeah, we're going to show off the deck profile, go over my crazy tech choices, and have a good time, because I love this format. It's fun to play, and I'll be playing a lot more of it. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it. Check out those really nice looking sleeves. They have the new Mario's Gaming World logo right on them. These are brought to you by your playmat. These sleeves, they were made for Mario's Gaming World, and I gotta say, they look pretty nice. They feel really nice. They have a really good hand shuffle. They have a lot of durability. Their durability is amazing. I've never seen anything quite like it. And if you guys want some sick sleeves, you should definitely check out the Your Playmat website. There's an affiliate link in the description below, which will get you 10% off on any of your orders. So go give these guys some love, check them out, and find some accessories that meet your making quite nicely. So the deck profile is 40 cards. We're going to start with the plant cards. 1 Lone Fire, 1 Spore, 1 Glow Up Bulb, 1 Dandelion. These two were at 1 on the list, so you couldn't play more than them, and these are once per duel, so there's no point in running more than one of them. This summons any plant from deck. This can summon itself from graveyard by banishing a plant, then it increases its level, and it's a tuner. Glow Up Bulb, it's a tuner. Summon it from graveyard once per duel by milling top card of your deck. Dandelion, when sent to the graveyard, make 2 tokens, and they can't be used for tribute summon that turn, but big deal. These are the mandatory plant cards. These enable you to make your synchro plays. And on top of that, we do play the 1 Debris Dragon, also recently limited to 1. This can bring back, Dandelion for big advantage, and other little cards to make synchro plays, as we'll see in the deck profile. So, really good engine, you kind of need it. Next, we play Reborn Tengu. Reborn Tengu is a big floater. When it leaves the field, special summon a Tengu from your deck. Sometimes you open multiple and it sucks. Sometimes you mill 1 Glow Up Bulb and it sucks. But other than that, it's really, really great. If you have a Tengu and like a Glow Up Bulb, let's say, you make Librarian, summon a second Tengu, make Cataster, draw a card, summon third Tengu. Really powerful, lots of extending. Tengu made this deck really, really good, and I'm happy to have it. Next, we're playing 3 Tour Guide from the Underworld, because back then it was at 3, and the accompanying Sangan. Tour Guide to get Sangan, just to let it die, to get, a piece for your plant engine or a max C, is actually really, really good, just letting this die. But alternatively, we do play rank 3s in the deck, like Leviair, that are good to take advantage of to bring back banished things, or Leviathan Dragon to attack over threats. Really, really good engine overall. They're dark monsters, which does come up later on. And it's just extra pressure, good normal summons. This engine is great. Next, I like to play 3 Thunder King Ryo. It's a floodgate. It prevents both players from searching from deck to hand, so it's really, really annoying. You can't just search things. Also, if they try to make an inherent special summon, you can negate it by sacrificing this card. So back then, Thunder King Ryo was a really hard issue for decks to deal with. Not really against heroes, because they can crash into it with an alias or spark it or whatever, hero blast it. But, it really was an issue, and decks had to account for this card. So I'm just maxing out on 3 of it. It's a light, which is really good, and it's just a really annoying card. If the opponent doesn't have an answer to it, this card can walk away with the game sometimes. So we play 3 of it. And 3 Max C. Back in the day when you could play 3 Max C. This card really needs no explanation. You activate it, and then for every special summon your opponent does, you draw a card. Oh, man. Oh, so good. This card really probably should stay banned. And to be fair, I don't know if it'll stay banned forever, but, it is a really good card. Draw power is important, and that's why it's there. It basically makes your opponent turn the turn off, and they don't turn the turn off, then they're just giving you a lot of cards. Hopefully they can kill you, which isn't always the case. So yeah, really good card. We played 2 Caius, the Shadow Monarch. It's a good tribute summon, banish any card when it's tribute summoned, and if it's a dark, you burn for 1,000. It just gets rid of threats, can bait out back row. It's just a good card all around. It's dark, yeah, really good card. 1 Gores, the Emissary of Darkness. I remember when this card was so good. when you take damage, you can summon it from your hand, and then you either make a token if you took battle damage, or you burn your opponent for the same amount of effect damage. But 99% of the time, you're going to summon this after an attack. Gores was one of those cards that you had to respect in the 2011 format, because if you had an empty board and the opponent just swung into you, you know, it was fair to expect this card. And if you didn't respect it, it was a problem. It's a level 7 that makes a token, so with Glow Up Bulb, it makes 2 level 8 synchros potentially. So that's really, really annoying. Also gives you tribute fodder for things like Caius. So that you know, this card is really good. You have to respect it, you have to play around it, and it just forces your opponents into awkward situations. There are many, many turns where I might just not want to attack an opponent because they just might have Gores in their hand, or you'll attack them with a smaller monster first, so at least you can attack over the token with a second monster. Or maybe you'll just attack with a weaker monster and they don't Gores you in your turn. You know, whatever. This card demands respect, it's a one-of in the format, and yeah, it's that one for a reason. For some more one-ofs, we play one Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning, recently unbanned. This card is just a way better Chaos Sorcerer. Special summon it by banishing Light or Dark. Then you can either banish a card with priority, back in the day, don't forget, or you can just attack twice with Destroy Monster Battle. So that's really, really funny. Really powerful boss card, something you have to respect and try to play around as well. Now for my random tech cards. That's right. Now, I chose to play 3 monsters in the main deck, 1 each. They are tech cards. They're spicy. When they resolve, it's really good. First one is Snowman Eater. If it's flipped face up, you destroy a monster. Or to start, yeah, a face-up monster. So what might happen against heroes, let's say, is they swing in with their alias, flip over Eater, it destroys them. They can't activate Spark in the damage step, so it's really good value. And it's also just good against everything else. And one of the reasons why I really love this card is because you can summon it with Debris Dragon afterwards and make a level 7 Synchro with it. So that's a powerful play if you don't have another level 3 to work with in the graveyard. And it's just a 1900 body, which can't easily be run over, and it's level 3 to enable your rank plays. So honestly, just a good card to have. Our second tech card is one Spirit Reaper. Everyone's familiar with this card. Can't be destroyed by battle. If it inflicts battle damage, rip a card out of your hand. If it's targeted with a card, it's destroyed automatically. So, you know, it's hit or miss, but I do like ripping cards out of people's hands, and again, it's one of those cards that you need to deal with, because ripping cards isn't fun. Also, it can be summoned with Debris Dragon again, so more level 7 Synchro synergy. And it's level 3 to do your rank 3 plays with. So it does a similar purpose like Snowman Eater, but it's a wall and it rips cards out of hand. I really like it, and it's a Dark Monster, so good card. Final tech, and I did this because of Ruggles. I played one Cyber Dragon in the main deck, just to give my little nod to Cyber Dragons. To be fair, this card did have applications back in the day. You know, Karakuris were a deck, and summoning Cyber Dragon, making Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon was really good. Cyber Dragon has the benefit of being able to attack over things like Thunder King Ryo. Scary, scary cards. And it's also a light monster, and it's an extender. You can synchro with it, tribute for Caius, whatever you want. All around, it's a decent card to have. It's definitely a side deck staple in this format, if you ask me. Not really a main deck one, but I got away with the one, and it pulled off some cool things. So, all in all, really good card, happy I mained it. And that's it for the monsters. If you guys didn't notice, we're playing 25 monsters. We are playing 25 of these bad boys. And every single one has a purpose. I don't mind them at all. Are there things I'd change? Yeah, probably. You know, I wouldn't play Cyber Dragon in the main deck all the time. But, you know, honestly, the deck is cohesive. It works. And it's great. Nothing really to complain about. So we play a whole bunch of power spells. Spells that are limited to 1. Pot of Avarice. Shuffle 5 back into your deck. Draw 2. Really good. 1 for 1. Discard a card. Summon level 1 monster from your deck. Summons Glow, Bulb, or Spore. Really good. And if you discard Dandelion with that, you get tokens. Really, really good. 1 Foolish Burial. Dump a monster. Really good. 1 Scapegoat. Make 4 tokens. Really good. 1 Dark Hole. Wipes the board of monsters. Really good. 1 Monster Reborn. Brings back a monster. Really good. 1 Heavy Storm. Destroy all spell traps on the field. 7 limited spells that were at 1 apiece on the list. And they're just so powerful, you played them. It's, you know, you open multiples of these sometimes. You know, that's fine, whatever, big deal. Really good cards all around. Can't really complain about them. And yeah, the good cards. We're topping off our spells with 2 Mystical Space Typhoon.
Just, it was a 3 back then, believe it or not, but 2 is more than enough to, deal with annoying back rows, and, you do side a third. So, good card, no big deal. We play 6 traps, and I play them at 1 each. Not all of them are necessarily at 1, but, just have the variety. I don't mind playing 1 of each of them, and some of them you have no choice. Call of the Haunted brings up the monster, which is really good. Trap Dust Shoot, look at your opponent's hand, take a monster back if they have 4 cards or more in their hand. It's banned for a reason. Torrential is a board wipe for monsters. Bottomless destroys something 15 or more when summoned. Warning is 2,000 for a summon, and Judgment is 4,000 for almost anything, or half your life points. So, good traps all around, no complaints. They all have the purpose. I'd side a second warning, second bottomless, but other than that, good cards. And now we get to the extra deck. We play 1 Formula Synchron because it's at 1. The ability to draw a card on Synchro Summon and Synchro on your opponent's turn is really powerful. We play 1 Armory Arm. Equipped to a monster, gives 1,000 attack points. If it destroys a monster by battle, it does damage to your opponent equal to that monster's attack points. If you equip this with BLS, you can do 8,000 damage, which is hilarious. Play 1 Librarian, because it's at 1 in this format. Whenever you Synchro Summon, or whenever a player Synchro Summons, you draw a card. Really good. 1 Cataster. If this battles anything that's not dark, destroy that monster before at the start of the damage step. So it outs certain threats, which is really cool. 1 Orient Dragon, level 6 Dragon Synchro. Debris Dragon, you bring back Max C and make this card. When in Synchro Summon, you target a face-up Synchro monster and banish it. That's really good. 1 Brionac, also at 1. Back in the day, before its errata, you could at any time on your turn discard any number of cards and bounce that many cards. You can do whatever you want, except like battle phase, whatever. So that card was crazy back then. Really good card. Ancient Fairy Dragon, back when this was legal, you can summon a level 4 lower from your hand, but if you do skip your battle phase, also destroy a field spell, gain 1,000, search another one. Just a good card. Level 7 Dragon Synchro, important for Debris Dragon, because if I didn't mention it, Debris Dragon can only make Dragon Synchro monsters, so that's fine. 1 Black Rose Dragon, board wipe when Synchro Summon, and if you don't want a board wipe, you can banish a plant, change something to attack mode, change it to 0 attack. So, good at dealing big damage. 1 Stardust Dragon, prevent destruction by distributing itself, come back at the end phase. It's a classic, it's a really good card. I would never not play it in this format. 1 Scrap Dragon, also a level 8 Dragon Synchro. Target a card on both sides of the field, destroy those cards. The other fact doesn't matter because we don't have any scraps in our deck, but it's just a removal card, so that's really, really good. And you could do it with priority back then. Really good. Our final Synchro monster is Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. When Synchro summoned, banish card hand, field, graveyard, doesn't target. It commands a lot of respect. It was at 1 for a reason. Really powerful card when you resolve it. And that's it for our Synchro monsters. We're playing 4 XYZ monsters. We're playing a Levier, the Sea Dragon. It brings back a level 4 lower banished monster by attaching material from others' banish pile. So that's really good. Leviathan Dragon starts with 2,000. Detach material to make it 500 points stronger. If both materials are detached, it can't attack directly, but that's fine. It attacks over monsters. We play 1 Steel Swarm Roach. During either player's turn, when a level 5 or higher monster would be special summoned, you can attach 1 XYZ material from this card and negate the special summon if you destroy it. So if someone's like, I want to summon BLS, you'd be like, nope, negate. Really good. And finally, 1 Utopia. It gets 2 negates when things attack. Honestly, just good to have, and it's 2,500 and it's light. And that's it for the deck profile. That's all. That's Plant Synchro. 2011 Plant Synchro, September 2011 format. Really fun deck. Definitely would play it again and again and again. And when I start streaming and, hanging out with some of the other content creators, we're going to be playing a lot of this format and other formats as well. So do keep your eyes out, because there is lots more nostalgia format to come. With that, I'm done. So I'm going to go. See you guys later. Take care.